Hey there and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a pretty cool haul actually. I have 4 fragrances to share with you guys, but what's interesting is they are all testers, and I buy tester bottles from time to time whenever I just want like an extra deal on a fragrance, or whenever I come across them and I already am interested in that fragrance. And a lot of the times they're exactly the same as the original bottle. They even have the cap. They'll just have a plain box. Sometimes they have a normal box and no cap, and it really just depends on what kind of tester model that fragrance house has for that fragrance. But in general, I don't really mind because I'm not selling my fragrances. They're only for me. So yeah, I pick them up whenever I just want an extra deal. And this entire haul were actually fragrances that I got from Perfumeonline.ca. They're one of my 2 favorite stores of all time. I always link them in the description box below. There's a $5 off coupon if you've never ordered from them before, if you live in Canada and the States. So if you want to, check out these fragrances or many others, feel free. But there's definitely stories behind these ones that I picked up, and honestly I felt like the extra deal tester bottle thing just pushed me over the edge. I think, and I always jinx myself with this, but I am gonna say, I think from time of getting these and filming this, I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a break with hauls, and so I have some ideas of video ideas that I'd really like to do. I have a whole bunch, but definitely leave your ideas here in the description or in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can also send me your ideas, comments on Instagram. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, and you can just send me your ideas in a comment there. So let's get into it. I will be spraying all 4 on my skin. 2 are not blind buys and 2 are blind buys. So we'll start with the 2 that I've already smelled before, and they're actually both celebrity fragrances by the same celebrity. So they're both by Ariana Grande, and I've recently just picked up Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. And I mentioned in that video and any other video where I've talked about Cloud, I remember talking about how I never really was interested in any of her earlier fragrances, the ones with the pom-poms like Ari, Sweet Like Candy, and Moonlight. And then there was like a red one that was just another version, and then there was a men's fragrance, or unisex, Frankie, I think. I wasn't interested in any of them, and I had sprayed them ages ago and was just really not into them, and they never really went on sale. Whenever I was looking, there was like $60 to $70 Canadian for the larger size, so I knew I wasn't going to pick them up for that price. Then recently I tried Ari, Moonlight, and Sweet Like Candy, only those 3 in store, and I actually really felt like I liked Moonlight out of the 3, and I didn't really remember how I felt like Sweet Like Candy. But when I saw tester bottles for both online, I snagged up Moonlight, and then I just kind of was like, what the hell, let me get Sweet Like Candy too. So we'll start with Sweet Like Candy, because I know from what I remember having smelled it in store, it was my less favorite of the 2. But since it was on a deal, I just kind of went for it. I haven't picked up Ari. I'm not going to even make any more promises with Ariana Grande fragrances because I jinxed myself with that too. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks exactly like the normal bottles. The only thing is here there's a sticker that says "Try Me, c'est moi." You can take that off, which I probably will. And this is the large, like the 100 ml, I believe. Yeah. And Sweet Like Candy has blackberry, pear, bergamot, whipped cream, blackcurrant, frangipani, honeysuckle, jasmine, vanilla, and cashmere wood. And what I will say about a lot of these fragrances today is they all have a whole bunch of notes listed, and a lot of the notes are quite similar. And they're all quite girly, like sweet fragrances. So we will spray this one to just remind ourselves. Yeah, this one, okay, I remember why I wasn't a fan of this one. This one reminds me of fragrances like Nicki Minaj fragrances, like Menajesty, and I don't know her other ones, but they're just so, I don't know, it's such the epitome of a celebrity fragrance. It's a very, very girly, very youthful fruity floral, but leaning towards fruity. And the kind of fruity that just smells like punch, like fruit punch. Yeah, it is reminding me, I'll have to compare in a second impressions video when I come back. I'll have to compare with that Nicki Minaj fragrance, Majesty, which I'm not a fan of. I feel like it's quite similar to that, which is like kind of disappointing, but at the same time, I knew what I was getting myself into, and I just kind of got roped up in getting all the Ariana Grande fragrances since I found them as testers. I didn't pick up Ari though, so there's that, and I obviously didn't pick up Frankie either. I haven't seen that one around, but it's okay. Yeah, it's really not my jam, honestly, at least on first impressions today. I will have to compare with that Nicki Minaj Majesty though to see if it reminds me of that. I also had her Pink Friday by Nicki Minaj, and that one I liked a little bit better, but I finished it. But Majesty, I still have not finished, so we'll see. It's reminding me of that straight off the bat. So there's that. Then there's Moonlight, which has rich blackcurrant, juicy plum, sultry marshmallow, fresh peony, creamy sandalwood, black amber, and vanilla. And this one is kind of like a, I don't know, like a lavender, purple, chromey, iridescent, not chrome, sorry, iridescent bottle. And again, it's exactly the same, except it says try me, essayez-moi. And we'll just try this. I remember I liked this one more in store. Yeah, this one has a, like a pear and, I don't know, maybe not pear. It has like a fruity berry plum shampoo feel to it. It kind of smells like it could be one of the flavors of shampoo for herbal essences or something like that, where it's really like a fruity floral, but it's juicy and it's kind of shampoo-y, and that's probably why I prefer this one to the other one. Don't get me wrong, they're both definitely fruity florals. They're both definitely youthful, young, girly fragrances that really aren't changing anything up, and they're really nowhere near as interesting as Cloud and Thank You Next. But between the two, there is something about this. I guess it's that shampoo-y, slightly like a fruity floral soap or fruity floral shampoo-y fragrance that I prefer a lot more than Sweet Like Candy, which actually doesn't smell like candy at all. It just smells like fruit punch, personally, and like a much more generic celebrity fragrance, and this is a little more interesting. And yeah, so again, I will obviously have to report back on lasting power and sillage and all that stuff, but I'd heard people had felt like Sweet Like Candy was kind of, that Moonlight was kind of similar to her newest one, Rem. And having smelled Rem in store, personally, they're not really similar to me or to my nose. Rem, as you guys know if you watched my other videos, smells like Sprite to me. And this just smells like a fruity floral, like berry plum shampoo, personally. But yeah, those were the two Ariana Grande ones. They didn't really knock my socks off, but I knew what I was getting into, and I'm happy I picked them up because it was a really good deal. And you know, they're just easy wears, and just kind of fragrances that you don't really have to think about when you want to wear them, and you can just douse yourself in them. And yeah, those are those two. All right, so now the third fragrance, and obviously the fourth, are just blind buys. I have never smelled them, and they are both fragrances that I've been interested in. So the first one I'll start with, I've even talked about on my channel, is Stella McCartney's Pop. And again, this is the tester bottle, and I have been so interested in trying this out for so long. And I have her Bluebell Pop. I've had it for a long time, the smaller bottle that I picked up at a Winners or a Marshall's ages ago, and I've really liked it. And there is an element of like a plastic Barbie doll-ness to it that I really enjoy. It's not super strong, and it's definitely got a whole other bunch of notes that it's more leaning towards, but there's just something, I don't know, in the heart and dry down of it that has like something plasticky, but like a plastic doll or a plastic Barbie doll. And I love it. I really, really like that element. Whatever it is that's adding to that, I really like. And when I was always reading about Stella McCartney Pop, the original, in the pink bottle, people on Fragrantica and just other people who've done reviews had always said that it smells, that this is actually the one that's a lot more leaning towards that like plastic Barbie. I think someone said it smells like Barbie doll shoes, which if you're like a child of the 90s especially, I feel like you really know that scent. Anyways, so this was because it was a tester and it was the large 100 ml. It was a really good deal and I thought perfect time to pick this up. And then when I was reading up the notes afterwards, because I didn't even bother reading the notes again, I read them recently and I was kind of surprised because note-wise, it doesn't smell like any of the things that I thought or that people had told me it smelled like, because it lists tomato leaf, green mandarin, violet leaf, frangipani, tuberose, violet, musk, sandalwood, and cedar. So we will see. We will see if there's indeed like any of that sweet plasticiness or if I've just completely been fooled. But this is what it looks like. This is obviously, I have like the smallest possible size for Bluebell Pop, and this is the largest possible size. And that one has like a bluey purple and this one's pink. So let's see. I don't especially love the bottle on here because I don't think it's ergonomic. I feel like I have to lean it against something. Okay, let me just spray a little more. It's kind of light. All right, this is kind of, I'm getting a like a citrusy floral. And I feel as though, I have no idea because I've literally never smelled this before, but I feel like it's the kind that needs to settle for a bit. Tomato leaf is a very specific scent. Like if you've ever had tomatoes in your garden or if you've ever touched tomato leaf, like it has a very distinctive scent that's unique. And I don't really get it in this, which I'm happy about, but I do get like a soft, citrusy floral, and I need it to settle a little bit more because it's still kind of, I don't want to say pungent, but it's still kind of really fresh and almost a little alcohol-y in its opening. So I'm gonna leave it. I've sprayed a whole bunch, I'm gonna leave it, and we'll come back. Off for first impressions. It is nice. There is like an element to it as I'm smelling it more that's a little bit plasticky. But I'm gonna have to leave it for a little bit and then come back to it. And I'm not getting any of that, to my nose, at least in the opening right now, I'm not getting any tomato leaf, which was in the opening. And I'm kind of happy about that because it's a very distinctive scent. Maybe I've forgotten the scent of tomato leaf, but I don't think I have, and I'm not really getting it in the opening of this. So then the last one, which is one that I've just always been curious about because I remember when I was younger, I had seen the bottles for this and then its male equivalent, and I'd never sprayed it. And it has a very unique bottle, I'd say, very sleek but unique. And I don't know why I never sprayed it in store. I never really did anything. And then recently, when I saw a tester bottle was available, I'm like, let me just see what the notes are like and pick it up. And there is so many notes. So this is Lei by Armani. Or she, essentially. Lei is Italian for she, and it has so many notes. It has lime, tuberose, bergamot, pear, mandarin, pineapple, heliotrope, orris, jasmine, lily of the valley, vanilla, musk, almond, tonka, cedar, vanilla, and sandalwood. And essentially what I'd seen people say online is that it's like vanilla-y and powdery, and that you think it's not going to last a long time, but it ends up being like a secret beast mode fragrance, which I was super excited about. So this is what it looks like. Again, it looks exactly, it's completely like the regular the regular bottles. The only thing is it has like a nondescript box, and on the back there's a sticker that says tester, but that's it. And this is what it looks like. It's very sleek. It kind of looks like a foundation bottle, honestly, or like a serum skincare bottle. And there's a men's version that's like I suppose. And that one just kind of looks like this, but dark. So I've always been interested, and this has a very, like, it's, I don't know, like a soft spray. So we will see. It's hard to spray, actually. We'll see what I think. Okay. Someone in the comments of the Fragrantica reviews of this had said it's so masculine, or like it's very unisex and masculine, and they weren't expecting that. And it was so different from the other ones because they were saying it's like vanilla and powdery and feminine. So I was really curious. Right now in the opening, it's quite, yeah, it's quite cologne-y. It's very like citrus, fresh, and definitely unisex. Like, it doesn't smell especially feminine. It's reminding me of like, I don't even know, of detergents or of cologne in Spain. It's like transporting me right to Madrid. I feel like something smelled like this. It's quite clean, fresh, citrus. I feel like I'm getting a lot of bergamot and like lime and lemon. Like, it's very, very fresh. But then the heart and the dry down are when it gets creamy, and there's like all these florals and almond and tonka. So that's another one I think might have to stick around on my skin, and maybe by the end of the video I'll have some more ideas, but definitely by the second impressions video I can, you know, do full day wear tests and see what I think. So let's go back to Stella McCartney Pop. Yeah, okay, now that it's settled onto the skin, there is that, whatever it is, plastic Barbie doll note to this. It's definitely there. It's different. The notes like surrounding it, I feel like maybe I could do a comparison in the second impressions to Bluebell Pop. The notes surrounding it are a little different, but whatever that quality is that I adore in Stella McCartney Pop Bluebell, it's in this as well. Oh my God, I just love this. I really, really like it. And I do get what people meant. It's a little bit stronger. That plastic Barbie doll scent is stronger in this because I think Bluebell is a stronger scent in general, which will probably be likely that it's kind of overpowering that soft plastic scent, but this is a softer scent. Yeah, no, I love this. I'm so, so happy to have it. And I'm glad that once the opening kind of settles, and especially the first few sprays, like it takes a while, then it comes out that it has that plasticiness I love. Okay, this right now, just going back to Lay Now, or She by Armani, it's still very citrusy. It's still very fresh and kind of tart, and definitely, at least in the opening right now, it's definitely unisex. This is going to be one that I'm the most interested in coming back to see how it plays out over a full day, because based on the heart, the dry down, and the way people described it, this seems like one of those like transformer fragrances I like to call, where their heart and dry down are complete like 180 of what it smells like in the first, I don't know, 5 or so minutes. So I will come back to this, but something about this is reminding me immediately of Madrid. So I don't know if it's one of my friends there had a cologne that he wore that was like this, or just like a detergent or something, but it smells like this. So I'll have to reflect on that for the second impressions too. Okay, I always like to put my fragrances in order of what I'm most excited and what I loved the most. I think first place has to go to Stella McCartney Pop. This is just completely up my alley. It is very much what I wanted it to be, and I was worried because the opening was a little dodgy there, but I'm very excited to wear this and do like full dedicated wear tests on this. I would say in second place, honestly, I would put Lay. Even if it stays in this unisex citrusy opening, I really like this scent. It is very nostalgic suddenly for me because it's reminding me of Spain. And there was just something about the bottle that I've always loved since I was, I don't know, younger and it came out. So that's in second place. In third place, I would have to give it up to Moonlight, because out of the two, it's the one I see myself wearing more. It's more interesting, more shampoo-y, and yeah, I always knew I was gonna like it the most. And as I thought when purchasing, Sweet Like Candy is just in fourth place. It is really not my favorite. It kind of just smells a lot from what I remember to Nicki Minaj fragrances, which are very just kind of a generic celebrity fragrance. So this might be the kind of fragrance I just spray and wear at night mostly. But yeah, I will come back in second impressions videos and compare these all and give you guys my full reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!